Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at the brand new Horus Heresy reveal. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Heresy Thursday. The might of Mars comes to Legions Imperialis. Alright, so a little throwback to the Heresy Thursdays, only this time we're looking at Legions Imperialis, not your typical Horus Heresy. As the galaxy burns in the fires of the Horus Heresy, the Forge Worlds were drawn into wars fought by the Legions Astartes and Solar Auxilia. Soon, entire phalanxes of the battle automata marched from their enclaves and threw themselves into conflict. And these mighty machines now join the battlefields of Legions Imperialis with Mechanicum Battle Group. Alright, so we got a brand new box set, Legions Imperialis Mechanicum Battle Group. The Mechanicum are coming to Horus Heresy Legions Imperialis. So we see a real nice box set right here. A bunch of like the models that we've recently seen released in Horus Heresy. Going to be joining the Legions Imperialis epic scale. Let's take a look at exactly what's inside. This hefty launch box of 146 individual miniatures builds a sizable tagmata with the perfect balance of disposable tech thralls, durable thalix cohorts, armored vehicles, and destructive automata. It's the Mechanicum's debut in the massive epic scale game of Legions Imperialis. And accordingly, there's no better way to start a new army, whether it's the Loyalist Mechanicum or the Fiendish Dark Mechanicum. Alright, so once again, Games Workshop kind of leaning in on the deceptive statement here. It says 146 individual miniatures, but what they really mean is there are 146 tiny little models. But in all reality, that's not what comes in the box set. And again, they've featured it on the box, 146 miniatures. But in all reality, the way this should be accurately counted is by looking at like the bases. So in all reality, it's actually 52 miniatures because a lot of the individual bases have like 3 or 4 miniatures on them. It's not really that big of a deal, but it definitely feels like a little bit deceptive. So that being said, really nice box set right here, loaded with new models so you can build your Mechanicum or Dark Mechanicum force. Definitely nice to see a brand new faction becoming completely playable in Legions Imperialis as well. So very cool for the Legions players out there. There are 10 Ad Secularis tech thralls, 8 thalix, and 4 Ursarax cohorts, commanded by a pair of Archmagi and Abeyance, and flanked by 4 Myrmidon Destructor hosts, 2 Myrmidon Secutors, and 2 Tech Priest Auxilia units. Like much of the Tagmata, they are remarkably durable for their size and unleash blistering fusillades of las and lightning fire that pose a threat even to the Legions Astartes. So here we can see a little close-up of some of these tiny little guys. And overall, I do have to say that the quality of the Legions Imperialis stuff, considering how tiny it is very good. Games Workshop have done an excellent job mastering tiny scale miniatures. You get a wide variety of battle automata in this launch set. The 4 Castellix Battle Automata Maniples and 8 Thanatar Siege Automata will be familiar to those who have seen their new plastic miniatures for Warhammer the Horus Heresy. And these epic scale incarnations pack remarkable detail into the miniaturized forms, almost as much as the full-size kits. And here we can see, obviously, these models were recently released in the box set, and then we see the larger scale automata released individually. And again, these do look really good. I got to agree with Games Workshop on this one. Their firepower is backed up by a pair of Dominator Battle Automata, while 2 Vorax and Battle Automata Maniples add a touch of speed to their otherwise slow but purposeful forces. 2 rare and powerful Ardlax Battle Automata also get their first ever official miniatures, arriving from the distant Forge World of Zana 2, just in time for the test run of the Millennia. Alright, so we also see some new kind of sculpts or like unit types. Finally, 2 Voltrax Stratos Automata add vital air support to the otherwise ground-pounding battle group, while 4 heavily armored Triros conveyors ensure your maniples will reach the front lines in safety. These units can also be fielded as an allied detachment in Legions Astartes and Solar Auxilia armies, so you've got plenty of ways to deploy your Tagmata. The rules will be found in an upcoming publication for Legions Imperialis, which will be revealing as we get closer to the pre-order date. Come back next week as we cut back to Warhammer the Horus Heresy for our next Heresy Thursday reveal. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now back to the video. Alright, so again, really cool. Obviously, these transports are nice, and then we see the little flyers. Some of these models previously available from Forge World for Horus Heresy. A lot of them getting new kits in plastic for Horus Heresy, and then now also for Legions Imperialis. So really nice expansion of the range for both game sets and that like actual time setting. Definitely impressed by the quality of these tiny little guys. So for sure, a really nice new box set coming out for Legions. These have always been a nice value as they are packed full of models. And then when we see the individual releases, there's no comparison because you're going to get a ton of savings in these big box sets. Really nice jumping off point for a new army for Legions Imperialis or an expansion force for your existing army. We also know there's going to be rules coming up as well. And then Games Workshop specifically noting that they're going to be bringing back the Heresy Thursdays. So that's got to be exciting, as now it looks like that's going to include not only Horus Heresy, but Legions Imperialis as well. So for all the people that feel like they haven't been getting quite as much love in the Horus setting as they would have hoped over the last couple of months, we can expect at least something to be shown off every Thursday for the next few weeks or months. So really cool. This is definitely a nice new box set, loaded with miniatures, loaded with value relative to MSRP. And when we do get some future announcements as far as the price, the rules coming out, other supplements, etc., make sure to tune in as we will definitely be covering that. So even though I'm not a Horus Heresy or Legions Imperialis player myself, I can definitely get excited for the people out there that are, as this is an awesome expansion of the range in both game sets. So let me know what you think of this new Mechanicum Battle Group. Are you going to be picking this up? Are you going to be playing the actual Mechanicum or leaning in on the Dark Mechanicum? Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man. And strange of Games Workshop to reveal this right before their big show. I wonder if it has to do with the leaks. And I'm out of here.